Welcome back to Love and Junk. I'm John. Come hang out with me today as I make gnocchi. Alright, so I started off with 4 large baking potatoes. I baked them off in the oven until they were done. So 400 degrees, I believe, for, about an hour actually. And right now, just kind of skin those potatoes, get all that skin off. You're supposed to let these cool down. It's still a little warm right now at this point, but as long as you don't burn your hands, right? Alright, so once you get everything peeled, you're going to want to stick these potatoes in the refrigerator if you can, because you're going to want them to be super cool when you grate them. Again, I kind of rushed this. We got to get dinner done, but I did put it in the refrigerator for a little bit. Then we mixed 1 egg yolk, kind of broke that yolk, stirred it up, and just going to pour it all on top of the potatoes as a binder. And get that all mixed up. I haven't made gnocchi before. I gotta tell you, this process was pretty easy actually. But I did use a recipe from, I don't know, probably the UK or somewhere in Europe or something, because the measurements were off. So a lot of this was kind of guessing. I did have a scale, but it was not working. So I just kind of did the best I could. So I just added some all-purpose flour in there. Gonna mix that up. Again, it's about getting the ratios right. In this case, I gotta tell you, the end product was okay. I would add a little bit more flour next time. And I think this is just something that, I love cooking without a recipe. That's great. I think it's fun, you learn more, you pay attention to the ingredients, in touching and feeling the dough, next time I'll be more aware that it needs more flour. So, anyways, look at that, mixing it all in. It does make a nice dough. A little soft though, quite soft. Anyways, again, mix it in, a little more flour. Let that rest. You don't want to work your gnocchi dough too much, or it's going to be tough. So you want that nice soft chew, that nice soft bite. And next we portion out our dough, 4 equal portions, and then roll out each section into 1 inch in diameter little cylinders. Well, long cylinders actually. Then we get to the fun part where we chop it up. Let's get to the sauce. We're gonna chop some onions for that first, and then we'll get it going. A little olive oil, a little butter in the pan. That'll get it going right fast. I love this sauce. It is so good and so simple, really. Just add all of those onions into the butter and olive oil and get those cooking down. You're gonna want those to be translucent, but now we add in all the mushrooms. We're gonna load this little pot up full of mushrooms. All right, here we go. Look at that, the mushrooms are cooking down. Onions are getting translucent. We're just gonna let that go for a little bit more. And then we add our liquids, which in this case is just heavy whipping cream. All right, now that the heavy whipping cream is in, we got to get this up to a boil. And once it's up to a boil, we're going to reduce it down, let it simmer, add an egg yolk in, and some seasonings, and then just let it reduce down. That's pretty much it. Very simple, very delicious sauce though. All right, in order to stir this egg yolk in, you got to take the pot off the stove and stir it up a little bit. Just kind of drizzle it in, and then you're going to want to stir it. You don't want it to turn into scrambled eggs. You just want to get that tempered in. So that'll add some creaminess, some thickness to the sauce. And then once this gets all stirred in, return the pot to the stove. All right, so once you get the pot back on the stove, we're just going to add a little pinch of red pepper flakes. And then we add some cumin in here. You know, just a little bit. You know, all white sauce really needs a little bit of cumin. Like that helps out so much, tastes so good. Anyways, we're going to stir that up. We're going to get this pot return to a simmer, and we're going to leave that on. It always seems to take so much longer than I expect, but what you want is to get that reduced down. Check it with the back of a spoon or whatever you have to kind of see if it sticks on there. Check the consistency of your sauce. But man, this is looking so good. Right now, we're gonna add a little bit of cheese. I don't always add cheese into this sauce, but sometimes I do. And in this case with the gnocchi, I just felt like adding some of that cheese in would be good. This is a blend, an Italian blend, so it's got mozzarella and Parmesan Romano and you know, whatever is in that blend. And then some Parmesan added on top for some of that delicious saltiness. Time to cook the gnocchi. Get your pot boiling. I did salt the water. I'm just gonna dump them in there. I'm not worried about the flour on the plate or anything. It'll be fine. And then just cook them up till they float. That's what they say. That always makes me a little bit nervous. Like they're not done. I don't know. So once they float, I usually leave them in there for, I don't know, a minute or two longer. But yeah, I had 3 plates full. I had them in the fridge, chilled them, and now they're starting to get done. Got the spider, so I'm just kind of scraping them off the bottom a little bit. If they are on the bottom, I just want to make sure, very gently though, very gently. Again, these gnocchi were so soft, they could have easily just come apart. All right, guys, just about done here. We're gonna mix this up in this bowl here. So first we're gonna get the gnocchi out and down, and whew, look how soft and pillowy that is, except for the blurriness. Sorry about that, guys. So we're just gonna mix that in. Then we're gonna get the right ratio of the sauce in there, and we're gonna plate up. Just wanna say thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If this makes you hungry, oh man, you gotta make some gnocchi at home because it is so good. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Bye.